You're listening to the Beats and Bars podcast hosted by BATTL Beats. This podcast is out there to shine a light on the most slept on and underrated rappers and producers.
It's BATTL, baby.
Hey, what's up? This is BATTL Beats for the Beats and Bars podcast. We are joined here today with a very special guest. We've got McGwire. How's it going, man?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. It's great having you on because I think there's not enough people out there that are like you and that are as talented as you, because I was listening to some of your music, man, and you not only rap, but you've got some lungs behind you. You can really sing as well. So I'm really digging that. But tell us a bit about yourself, where you're from, how long you've been making music and stuff like that.
I'm Mick. I live in San Pedro, California. I just moved out of LA because LA is a little bit wacky. I've been singing since like 5th grade. Taught myself how to sing. Didn't really know how to sing before that, so that's a whole fun little story. And just making music, making tunes, making memories.
Nice, very nice. So, what was it that got you started getting into music? Then was it did you start learning guitar first? Because I know you can play a bit of guitar, or was it?
So I feel like, I feel like it might have been the singing first, because what happened was I didn't really know how to sing, and then in 5th grade, I was singing. I was just vibing out. I was singing in the bathtub, and my parents obviously jokingly were like, our ears are bleeding. It's so bad, because it was really bad. And then out of spite, I just started to teach myself how to sing, and then I got into like the honors choir in 5th grade, and then from there, it's just I was able to develop more and more. And then I moved to guitar a little bit. I love playing guitar. Guitar is a fucking fantastic instrument. Yeah,
Nice.
A little bit of everything.
Nice. So who do you draw the most inspiration from then?
So there's a couple people. I'm really inspired by people like John Bellion, the self-produced, sort of mindset, and like the sound, the really grand sound to it. Chance the Rapper, obviously very important sonically to my sound.
Mm-hmm.
Kanye West,
Mm-hmm.
fantastic artist, like fantastic producer. A lot of those.
Nice. That's cool. So has there been anything really significant in your life that, made you decide, right, music's the thing that I want to do. I'm going at it as an independent artist. This is now the turning point where I'm like, now is the time.
Yeah, I've recently like the thing that was a bit of a turning point for me is I started getting attention from some bigger names in this scene, and in like the normal music, like the outside of the YouTube rap scene, and it's cool. And so I'm in a position where it's like, all right, I might be able to spin this into something. So I'm going at it all cylinders now.
Nice. That's cool. What would you say are some of your favorite placements that you've done? Because I want to talk about them a bit later on, especially your one with Postcard and Chase. But what are your favorite features that you've done or artists you've worked with?
Personally, I really like the song with Postcard. It's a really fun one. He's a really cool dude. I did a song with Elijah Kyle and this dude Layman. I really like that one. Mostly I'm just sort of brought on to do hooks for most songs, which is fine. The Chase song was a really cool experience. He's a cool dude as well. It's just like fucking crazy the last couple weeks. Oh, DK Rap Artist. I had a really fun hook on that one, and the song turned out really good.
Yeah, nice. Is that the first British feature you ever done? Because he's from
I
England, isn't
think
he?
so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's a talented fucking dude. I
Mm,
loved it.
nice. I remember because you've been in the fam group, same as me. For those who don't
Yeah,
know, it's just it's an Instagram chat that used to be popping
yeah,
about a year ago, and it was just a bunch of underground, well, like starting out producers, rappers, and things, and everyone helped each other out with features and things like that. But I remember because 10K is a rapper from England, and he's the first
yeah.
guy. Oh, we've lost your video. Oh, he's back. He was the he was the first guy that I ever met out of the group because he was only a couple hours away. So he drove
Yeah.
up to my house one time. We wrote a song, and it's a cool little song. And then there's another time where I drove down to his, and we got together with this singer, and we made a really really cool song. And he was saying that he's trying to get you to sing on one of his songs, and I was like, "Oh, play us some of his stuff then," because I've not actually given McGwire a proper listen. And he was like, "Did you know he could sing?" I was like, "Absolutely not. I didn't. I just thought he was a rapper like the rest of the guys." And I was just like, I was pretty blown away. I'm not going to lie, not to blow smoke up your trumpet, but I was just like, bro, your voice is really unique and it's really nice. I was thinking this morning whilst I was riding my bike listening to your tunes, I was like, man, I need to like start producing some of my own stuff as kind of like a producer artist. And I was thinking, well, I need to get good people on it. I was like, I'm definitely going to hit you up for some singing or whatever, or even some bars. I don't know,
Yeah.
but one of
But
my friends who's a local lad, he was telling me, he was like, bro, you need to release your stuff as an artist. I was like, all right, well, fair enough. I just can't do the singing, so I need to just I just need to find a team of people that I can feature on it and things. But yeah, but 10K was like really big in your singing up, and the music actually, actually sort of spoke for itself. But yeah, let's
yeah,
go into the Chase placement though, because he's kind of sort of big-ish. He's got
he
some
is.
he's got some big people on his album. He's got some people like Joey Nato and Simon Savida, those guys that big YouTube producers that have got a lot of followers. So how did you manage to get on that?
So, so he put out a tweet. He's like, "Hey, I'm looking for artists to collab with." You know, uh, it was kind of obvious in the tweet he was looking for artists. Like roughly his size or a little bit smaller. But I was like, all right, fuck it. May as well shoot the shot. And I set up my green screen and I made like this like joke video where I did like a job application. And then I would sprinkle in my actual songs, and he fucked with the stupid joke video, and he hit me up, and then we've been talking, for a while. I think I've got a song coming out with him soonish. I got some features on the way out, especially from like the recent, working with Chase has opened up quite a few. It's what opened up the postcard avenue,
Mm,
definitely. So
nice.
it's really cool. I'm really excited about what's coming out.
Yeah, it's amazing how I hear so many people linking up, making music just from a DM or just from a post or a
Yeah,
tweet, and like it makes me think I've got some people on this podcast that have got some big followers, and it's like if
yeah,
I'd ever sent that DM, I'd
yeah,
never have got. It's like just do it.
yeah,
Don't be annoying. Don't be a spam bot, but just send them a
yeah.
nice message. But that's cool. But so what other artists are you looking to work with then? That's coming out soon because you said that a few avenues have been open. Is there anyone that we can know, or is it all secrets?
Yeah, no, I got a track with Samad Savage coming out next week.
Nice.
So that's an exciting one. I've been trying to work with 10K for a while. I'm probably going to see if I can work something out with the guy because I like his music. I like his super unique style. I've been I got a couple tracks with Elijah Kyle. Um, I've been talking with Gatsby, he's been like mixing some of my stuff, but I've been trying to get a track together with him for the longest time. We just can't. We're just trying to figure out what. Also, I'm scatterbrained as shit, so it's mostly on me.
Mm.
But yeah, no, I got some, and various other big boys in the tank. So it's gonna be an exciting couple weeks here.
Nice. I think my favourite song of yours is Static. Just love that tune. Like, I
Yeah.
was listening to it and the horns come in, and
Ah,
you know when you listen to a song and you just instantly like hyped and your head's bopping.
yeah.
I was biking around, and people must have thought I was an idiot because I'm just bopping my head listening, and then when you come in, it's just savage, man. It's just great. I really like that song. But that makes me think, because I know you play a bit of guitar. Do you make your own beats, or do you buy leases off people, or how do you go about instrumentals and beats and things?
I've got basically sort of three different things that I do. So usually you can tell that I've made a beat if it has like a fucking like a ukulele or like a bass in it, like as like the primary instrument, because that's just like, it's just, those are the instruments I have that are easiest to plug into my fucking my audio interface. But like I have a producer who does some of my stuff, and I also like Static. I bought that beat because holy shit.
Mm.
But yeah, a little bit of everything, honestly, and I like sort of having that. You know, my goal ultimately is to have like a full-time producer, but right now I'm not in the financial the space to make that happen. So I'm sort of trying to teach myself things, and also like just kind of buying beats where I can.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've got a shit ton of free beats, bro. You should. I'll send you. I'll send you a link because I've just released
Sure.
a bunch of like chiller boom bap sort of lo-fi type beats. So I'll send you a link to. There's 5. I may have sent you a link already or whatever, but I'll send you another link because I think they'll suit you really well, to be honest, and they're free, so might as well. But
Fuck yeah.
but yeah, that's cool. But you released an album. Was it last year?
Yeah, it was last year. 8-Track Mind.
Mm. It's really,
Yes,
really
sir.
cool. And it was interesting that you said earlier that you set up a little bit of a joke green screen and did some jokes with your music for the chase placement. And I noticed that there was like 3 like skit jokey like interludes in the album. Why did you do that? Because it was kind of unique, really.
So that was like it was such like a strange thing. It was, so in college I did open mics, and like, you know, in a lot of cases I would, you know, like if I came up with a joke, I'd take out my phone, I'd sort of explain whatever joke, but then also like it was hard for me to turn that off. So like those 4 joke things in there are all situations where I was at a party, I was like extremely like hammered, and like I like got to like the corner of the party, and I said what I thought was like a really funny joke, but they just got escalatingly more depressing, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool, and so I took those from my phone and I recorded them on an 8-track, and then I put them on the album, and I was like, you know, I thought it was a cool little idea.
Yeah, nice.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's cool. Have you?
Yeah.
Are you looking at dropping a new album soon, or is that a bigger project that maybe needs a bit more time, or what's the plan?
I have an album in the works right now. I am in the recording process of it. I once I get it all recorded, I gotta get it mixed by postcard, and I gotta get a couple features sent to me. But it is gonna be like nothing. Hopefully, it's gonna be like nothing anybody's heard before. So that is what I'm going for. I'm really I'm really confident about this album.
Oh, nice. How many tracks you think it's going to be?
Um, anywhere. I think it's like 12 right now.
Oh, nice.
So pretty decent amount. I've learned that, like, from listening to albums, like 12, like anywhere from 8 to 12 is really like the butter zone, because like unless you've got something like really important to say, 18, 19 tracks usually is like, hard to pull off. And I don't think I can pull off something, that I can't say in 8, 9 tracks cohesively that I could spread out over 18. So that's just my thinking.
Hmm.
Plus I'm poor, so I'm not gonna have the money to pay for that many
Yeah,
that many songs.
that's mixing can get expensive. I remember I really enjoy mixing vocals. It's kind of a different like thing to making beats, but it's kind of like been working on a mix this week for this rapper, and she's from Detroit, and it was really cool just working with her and sort of asking her what her vision was, because I listened to the stems straight up and had a completely different idea of how to mix it. But
Uh-huh.
then she was like,
Yeah.
she told me her vision, and then kind of when her vision came with like my ideas to like how the mix should sound, it ended up becoming really, really cool. I was really happy with that, which is super, super cool. But
All right.
what sort of themes are you going for in the album then?
A lot of it. It's a lot of, because like I like to make albums only when something significant is happening in my life. Like 8-Track Mind was, I was moving to California. Um, this one is, things are starting to get things are starting to obviously pick up musically for me, playing with themes of like um sort of I released like songs like Static, and in a lot of cases people are like, oh, you gotta keep making happy songs. And it's like, you can't always make happy songs. It's if you're not like necessarily like feeling that way, you got to get your emotions out as much as possible. And so it's a sort of dives into like a mental health type thing, and like how that adds to the progression of artistry. So yeah, I'm thematically not too different from many other things, but I'm hoping instrumentally, vocally,
Nice.
really will stand out.
Yeah, nice. So what made you like come to like, this is who I'm gonna be as as an artist, musician? Because did you decide, right, I maybe just want to just straight up rap, or I want to just straight up sing, or what made you sort of blend the two together and become kind of unique?
So I re it was a sort of thing where because I've recently, especially like on this new album, I've pretty much mostly cut out the rapping. I dove more into singing. I did a lot more rapping early on because I was like, all right, it's this. I was very inspired by people like Chance the Rapper and things like that, and I was like, it's really cool to sort of emote yourself in this way, because you can add so much like different flavor to it than with singing. And like another part of it is I used to be a part of this like rap group called the Asylum. Reaper, or I guess he's Ethic the God now. Those are my boys. And when I was a part of that group, I did a lot of rapping, because they're all rappers. And I, upon like sort of recently uh, separating from the group, it was like, I don't have as much. I sort of sat myself down. I'm like, all right, what am I gonna do with this? And I'm definitely more developed singing wise. So I'm working on the rapping behind the scenes, but I'm
Hmm,
leaning more into singing.
nice. So when do you reckon this album's going to be ready? Because I'm looking forward to listening to it.
Probably end of this year, early
Oh,
next
nice.
year is the goal.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
take longer than some people think, don't they? Like
Yeah, they do.
it's not always easy to just, you know, make 12 songs overnight. Sometimes it takes a long time. Are there any particular experiences in your life that have really helped with the writing process and the album and the songs coming out?
Yeah, no, like, in a lot of cases, like I want my songs to be centered around sort of like either things that have happened to me or like experiences that like I've observed type thing. So like I'll usually my writing process is like I'll hear a beat or I'll be given a beat or I'll hear a beat in my mind, and then I'll come up with like a melody for a hook, and then I'm like, all right, what is like the way that this melody sounds, the way that it goes, like where is this taking me from like in like an emotional standpoint, and like how does this melody make me feel, and then I put like this experience I had sort of on like a melody, and then I'm like, all right, I've got this hook, how do I flesh this out?
Nice.
That's a writing process.
Yeah. And do you start with like hooks first, or do you do sort of the verses first?
I think it's like it really depends song to song, but usually I think I start with the hook, being like a pop singer um type deal. It's I find it very important that my songs are, memorable and catchy. And I definitely have like a harder time with verses, but like it's easier for me to like over time, like while listening to other pieces of music, be like, okay, this is how I could attack this. This is how I could attack this type deal. Yeah.
Nice.
So usually hook.
Nice. Very nice. So what sort of have you got any like strategies that you use to release music, or are you kind of more I'll just drop it when I feel like it, or do you have a set strategy, do this, do that, or what's your way of doing it?
Um, right now, my goal is playlisting. So I'm taking certain songs, and I am like, in between uh you know like big features, I'm releasing these songs that are very much like singles that are going to be very much tailored towards certain playlists, certain sounds, certain feelings, and then trying to get into these playlists to get my views up or to get my monthly listens up on top of these big features, bringing people over to me. Um, and So a little bit of that, a little bit of sort of like name recognition, um, because I'm trying to make sure that I'm as spread far and wide as possible, and taking on every strategic opportunity that I can. um so that like people are constantly like aware of me, so that if I were to pop up, they'd be like, oh, that's McGwire, let me give that a listen type deal.
Hmm. Nice. What sort of gems do you have about getting onto these playlists then? Because I know a lot of people are desperate to get on some Spotify playlists.
Yeah. So what I've noticed and what I've picked up is, in a lot of cases, it's a lot of sort of observing. You see, all right, first, like you look for artists that you kind of sound like, that sort of mirror your sound. You see what playlists they're in, and then the goal, like the easy way for blowing up, is you go towards like those smaller playlists, like 1-2,000 like followers, but they seem to be growing.
Hmm.
And if you catch on the come up, like that is huge
Mm.
basically, and it cost much little to none at all. And also Spotify has this, or DistroKid, I believe, has
Hmm.
this feature where you can sort of pitch your songs to playlists. So if you make something like so super curated, then they might pick it up.
Nice. Does that cost the extra feature?
I don't think so. I've yet to use it, but I'm pretty sure it's just like you click a button and it's not likely to happen. But if it's you may as well go for it.
Yeah.
I've just recently learned of that feature, trying to capitalize off of it. But from what I understand, Moxis has used it. It's gotten them like 6 or 7 playlist placements. So, who knows?
Yeah, that's super cool. Super cool. Where would you see yourself going in 5 years? And I know a lot of people talk about this is my 5-year plan, this is my 10-year plan. Where can you see yourself in 5 years?
Certainly. So this one always gets me a couple of side looks, a couple of disapproving stares. But honestly, my goal is, okay, I need to get a song that's popping enough and an audience that's big enough so that I can have leverage to become a label musician. I've done, a decent amount of research on that, and it's, if you have a decent amount of leverage, it's, you're obviously, like, I probably won't have my masters, but I don't personally, I'm not really too big on like keeping my masters. I I have all my stuff from beforehand. I'm chill with that. But in a lot of cases, like, a label can take where your ceiling is and like really, promote you to the rest of the world. And like, honestly, I'm just a pop musician for the most part. So like a lot of things that like set apart like the Daxes and the Quedecas and like the Macklemores and the Chance the Rappers, I don't necessarily have, but I feel like a marketing team could really push out of me. So, label, that's the goal.
That's cool. And is there any dream features you could have?
Oh, yes. Definitely. Obviously, I've been talking a lot about Chance the Rapper. Super Duper Kyle would be a really cool one. There's this artist who I became aware of in LA called Kamau. He's fucking sick. I might actually be able to lock that one down like soon. But like, just like a lot of my influences, like if I could work with just one of them, that would be like life changing. I would love that shit.
That'd be super sick. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And I think it's really cool that you aspire to be signed by a label as well, because there's a lot of hype to be an independent artist, but there's also a lot of hype to be a signed artist. And I guess it's just whatever that person feels like. Because I know that Kanye's had to buy all his masters back, and he's just spent so much money on them. So it just really depends on what sort of your motivation is as an artist. But that's really, really cool. But I think Sorry, what were you going to say?
Oh, I just said thank you.
Oh, all right, yeah, no worries. But I think we'll wrap it up, because I like to keep them to about half an hour. But
Okay.
Thanks for coming on. But where can we check you out, and where can the people listening find you?
Okay. Yeah, so you can check me out on Twitter at McGwire Music, Instagram at McGwire Music. I'm just McGwire on Spotify, SoundCloud. That's McGwire on YouTube, I guess, YouTube as well. Just check those out, subscribe or whatnot.
Whatever, yeah. Make sure you hit the like button. Hey, that's sweet. Sir. That is sweet. But no, man, thanks for coming on. I hope you've enjoyed the podcast. It's been really good. So thanks for jumping on. Thank you for listening to the Beats and Bars podcast. I'm your host, Battle Beats. See you next week.
It's battle, baby.